lifted to now once again have these big opportunities again?
Oh, it's like life-changing. Like for someone that, like, I'm a true competitor, and I just want to fight. I just constantly want to fight. So the 3 years that I had of no activity, and that came from, you know, like where I'm based in Australia. So a lot of that was coming off my Dana White's Contender Series fight. I was getting no fights. It's such a small, shallow pool of women in Australia to start with. So I wasn't getting matched. I was constantly in the gym trying to get better, obviously, like get better at jiu-jitsu, get better at wrestling, and just get better while being inactive in the cage. And like there was times mentally where I was like, I don't know how much longer I have to wait for an opportunity to show the world again and to like just show myself as well. Like, no, you were born to do this.
Corner. She weighed in at 57.2 kilos, training under her father, Jeff Hackett. She fights under the Wise Force Gym on the Gold Coast. She is a former Australian and world Muay Thai champion, Chelsea Hackett!
Chelsea Hackett drops the massive bombshell on Dakota Ditcheva. And listen to what she said. They're going to get a lot of eyes, especially now, obviously acquiring the other tour. The matchups that are going to be in the future for the PFL are going to be massive. So yeah, watching the card on the weekend, I got some goosebumps because I think that's definitely where I see myself.
They're going to get a lot of eyes, especially now, obviously acquiring Bellator. The matchups that are going to be in the future for the PFL are going to be massive. So yeah, watching the card on the weekend, I got some goosebumps because that's definitely...
Goosebumps. Massive matchups. That's where she saw herself.
And her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She's a Muay Thai specialist and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 126 pounds and holds a professional record of 5 victories and no defeats. Fighting out of Manchester, England, Dakota Ditcheva!
But when Dakota Ditcheva was asked about facing Chelsea Hackett, her response was ice cold. Yeah, the same as all of them. You know, I don't care whether I'm fighting Chelsea Hackett or somebody else. Like, I'm zoned into every fight. Doesn't really matter what name you give me. I've got the same dedication. You know, I'm fighting to win for myself, not because she's got fewer points. Like, I'm winning because I want to win. I want to sit top of the table. Like, I'm doing this all for me. So it doesn't matter who I get put against. The mentality is the same. Go in, kill, or be killed.
Yeah, the same as all of them. You know, I don't care whether I'm fighting Chelsea Hackett or somebody else. Like, I'm zoned into every fight. It doesn't really matter what name you give me. I've got the same dedication. You know, I'm fighting to win for myself, not because she's got less points. Like, I'm winning because I want to win. I want to sit top of the table. Like, I'm doing this all for me. So it doesn't matter who I get put against. The mentality is the same. Go in, kill or be killed.
Kill or be killed. And Dakota Ditcheva definitely did this in the cage. 3 minutes and 6 seconds later, she almost ended Chelsea Hackett's career. This is the story of what happens when predictions meet preparation, when confidence meets focus, when dreams meet reality.
Oh! Straight right hand!
Welcome to PFL 4, 2024. The night Dakota Ditcheva proved talk means nothing. Chelsea Hackett was already looking past Dakota Ditcheva. The Australian striker wasn't just confident, she was envisioning herself on the biggest stages the PFL had to offer. There it was. Hackett wasn't just talking about beating Ditcheva, she was already picturing herself in those massive future matchups. The goosebumps, the big stage, the spotlight.
Gentlemen, one thing you're going to watch from Chelsea, I'll tell you what, she likes to work angles. She works from the left, she works from the right. Very rarely will you see her go straight down the middle, and yet that can be a surprise when she decides to do so.
Chelsea Hackett, I mean, where do you start with her? The world champion, obviously the more decorated striker out of the two of them.
And you couldn't blame her for dreaming big. Hackett was a former WMC Muay Thai world champion with a 16-4 and 3 kickboxing record. This was her 31st professional fight. She had the experience, the credentials, and the striking pedigree to match Ditcheva's hype. But while Hackett was getting goosebumps about the future, Dakota Ditcheva had a very different mindset.
Inside of 2 minutes now in round number 1. Co-main event, Dakota Ditcheva and Chelsea Hackett. Ditcheva makes the playoffs with a win of any kind.
Those knees are brutal.
Oh, nasty
Those knees
combination.
really hurt her.
And the body work, and that'll do it. Dakota Ditcheva with a quick six.
You okay?
And clinches the #1 seed.
The outside, and then here's the finishing flurry. Bam, body shot right to the solar plexus.
Yep.
Oh, that would steal your soul.
When asked about facing Chelsea Hackett and the narrative surrounding the fight, the 25-year-old Manchester native's response was chilling in its simplicity. While Hackett was dreaming about future matchups, Ditcheva was perfecting the weapons that would end the fight. No trash talk, no looking ahead, just cold, calculated preparation.
Very comfortable.
Switches back.
Oh, lovely combo.
That sounds sweet from here.
Deep down the middle to the chest.
Great knees up the middle. Goodness me, some of those. She's in real trouble here, Evan, right?
Oh, and again the clinch. This time Dakota turns early. Ty Plum clinch. Oh, that's a big knee. Oh!
Dakota turning up the aggression now. Bannon taking a step back.
Several times.
Ditcheva came into PFL 4 with an 11-0 record, 6 consecutive stoppages, and a reputation as one of the most devastating strikers in women's MMA. She had already destroyed Lisa Mauldin in her season opener with a brutal knee to the body. Hackett was just next on the list, and Dakota Ditcheva definitely did kill or be killed in the cage, and nearly ended Hackett's career in the process. Thursday night at the Mohegan Sun Arena, the co-main event, Chelsea Hackett's chance to prove she belonged on the big stage. It lasted 30 seconds before reality hit. Within half a minute, Ditcheva's power was already on full display. Clean strikes, precision. The 25-year-old was too strong, too fast, too focused. Hackett hit the canvas for the first time. This wasn't the technical Muay Thai battle between two world-class strikers that everyone expected. This was a demolition. To her credit, Hackett got back up. 31 fights worth of experience. Years of training. The heart of a champion is trying to will herself to victory.
Aggression now. Bannon taking a step back.
Several times. Big cross kick again. Really working well for the core. That one straight through the middle.
Oh, what an elbow.
And
The Thai
again.
background now.
And
The
again.
elbow's going in here. Oh, big jab.
Dakota
Really picking her off.
Each of us switching stances.
But experience means nothing when you're facing a force of nature. Then came the moment that would change everything. A devastating left hook to the body. The same weapon that had destroyed Lisa Mauldin. The same shot Ditcheva had been perfecting in training camp. Hackett went down in agony. The pain was etched across her face. The Australian clutched her midsection, the air driven from her lungs. The referee had seen enough. 3 minutes and 6 seconds. That's all it took for dangerous Dakota Ditcheva to prove every word she'd said. Her 7th consecutive stoppage, her 3rd straight first-round finish, and the end of Chelsea Hackett's dreams of those massive future matchups. The finish was so brutal, so definitive, that questions immediately arose about Hackett's future. This wasn't just a loss. This was the kind of body shot that fighters remember for the rest of their careers.
Come on in.
The fence.
We're ready.
So long and rangy.
Oh, put away.
Oh!
And a power. Ditcheva, a huge favorite in this one. Inaba has embraced that all week long and really all camp long, ready to pull off the big upset in Cape Town.
Sumiko Inaba drops a massive bombshell on Dakota Ditcheva before their highly anticipated showdown. Sitting across from the media, Inaba made her intentions crystal clear. She looked directly into the camera and said, I mean, she's the face of the PFL. If I take out the face of PFL, am I the face of PFL now?
I mean, she's the face of PFL. If I take out the face of PFL, am I the face of PFL now?
The analyst immediately agreed. 100%. That would be a banger. You know, they both like to stand. I mean, you know, she likes to make it a fight. So yeah, Dakota would have to try and keep her distance. That would be a very, very good fight.
I agree with you. 100%. That would be a banger. You know, they both like to stand. Tyler, I mean, you know, she likes to make it a fight. So, I mean, yeah, Dakota would have to try and keep her distance. That would be a very, very good fight.
Sumiko Inaba wasn't just confident. She saw herself already wearing the crown. She believed that by taking out the undefeated champion, she would become the new face of the promotion. Bold words. But how would the champion respond? Let's find out what happened when these two warriors finally collided.
Through right when she needed it. But you got to ask yourself, Sean, how much did she put into that throw and the attempt for the armbar? She's got to be exhausted under there, carrying the weight of Inaba. Left hand now for Inaba, punishing Mackenzie Stiller. Beltran looking very closely at this flurry. Sumiko Inaba!
When Dakota Ditcheva was asked about her opponent and what kind of problems Sumiko Inaba would pose for her, her answer was short and absolutely brutal. None. The interviewer couldn't believe it. None? You don't see anything on the plate?
Does she pose for you?
None.
None? You don't see anything on the plate?
Dakota doubled down. I feel like one thing I will say is these girls are going to be most dangerous now because they have nothing to lose. Like they're coming to take everything I have. You know, I won the tournament last year, and Abasamo, she's 8-1, I think. She's no joke. Like she knows what she's doing. She was with Bellator before the PFL, so she's been around, she's experienced, and I know that she's going to come and give everything she's got, but she's no problem for me.
Play.
I feel like one thing I will say is these girls are going to be most dangerous now because they have nothing to lose. Like they're coming to take everything I have. You know, I won the tournament last year. Inaba, Sumiko, she's 8-1, I think. She's no more. Like she knows what she's doing. She was with Bellator before PFL, so she's been around. She's experienced, and I know that she's going to come and give everything she's got. But she's no problem.
Dakota acknowledged the threat, respected the experience, but made one thing clear. Sumiko Inaba was not going to stop her. After this exchange, Dakota took to Twitter to send one final message before fight night, letting the world know she was ready to back up every word. The stage was set for an explosive encounter. The moment of truth had arrived. Dakota Ditcheva, undefeated at 14-0, stepped into the cage to face Sumiko Inaba. From the opening bell, the intensity was absolutely palpable. Inaba came out aggressive, just like she promised. She tried to assert herself with pressure and movement, looking to make good on her warning. But Dakota was ready. What Sumiko didn't know was what Dakota was about to do to her inside that cage. Dakota immediately responded with precise range management, using front kicks to the face to keep Inaba at bay. One of the early front kicks landed cleanly, snapping Inaba's head back and giving her a taste of Dakota's striking accuracy.
Against the fence with body shots.
Combination again, punching her way out of these clinches.
Inaba not able to match speed on the outside.
Crashing in again.
Oh, beautiful knee.
Out of the clinch is really working for Ditcheva. She gets the turn, another knee finds its way to the face of Sumiko Inaba, and an elbow from Dakota.
Inaba can't take a lot of those knees.
Every time Inaba tried to close the distance and clinch, Dakota punished her with brutal knees and sharp elbows. The commentator called it perfectly. Crashing in again. Beautiful knee.
Speed on the outside.
Crashing in again.
Oh, beautiful knee.
At one point in the first round, Inaba attempted a takedown, but Dakota expertly reversed the position and began landing heavy shots from the clinch, backing Inaba to the cage. The first round ended with Dakota clearly in control, her striking far more effective, and her defense shutting down nearly all of Inaba's offense. The second round saw more of the same dominance, but with even more urgency from Dakota. She opened the round with another clean front kick and continued to dominate in the clinch. Her elbows were sharp, slicing through Inaba's guard, and her knees to the body were relentless. The commentary team couldn't contain their excitement. The clinch is really working for Ditcheva. She gets the turn. Another knee finds its way to the face of Sumiko Inaba, and an elbow from Dakota.
Clinch is really working for Ditcheva. She gets the turn, another knee finds its way to the face of Sumiko Inaba, and an elbow from Dakota.
Then, around the halfway mark of the round, something unexpected happened. Dakota appeared to injure her left hand and signaled it to her corner. For most fighters, this would be a moment to back off and coast. But not Dakota Ditcheva. Instead of backing off, she adjusted her strategy on the fly. She threw more kicks, more right hands, more elbows. Even with one compromised hand, Dakota landed over 170 total strikes throughout the entire fight. Inaba tried to rally, throwing counterpunches and shooting for takedowns, but Dakota's takedown defense was flawless. She stuffed every attempt and continued to land at will from mid and close range. The champion was hurt, but she refused to let it slow her down. The third and final round showcased everything that makes Dakota Ditcheva special. She switched stances, used spinning kicks, and fired leg kicks to keep Inaba guessing. Sumiko Inaba was visibly swollen and exhausted, but she refused to go down, absorbing everything Dakota threw with incredible toughness.
And immediately Inaba blitzing forward. Front kick to the face. And a left hand from Dakota. Immediately, this thing gets wild.
I hate to disagree with Ian Parker, but I don't see this going to round number 2 at this pace.
Near the end of the round, Dakota let out a visible expression of pain from her injured hand, but still threw a flurry of strikes to close out the fight strong. It was clear she wanted to finish, but Inaba's chin and determination kept her on her feet. The final bell rang at 5 o'clock of round 3, and everyone in the arena knew who had won. All three judges scored the fight 30-27 in favor of Dakota Ditcheva. Despite her dominant win, Dakota looked emotional in the cage, acknowledging the pain in her hand and the toll the fight took. Yet she also smiled, knowing she had just extended her undefeated record to 15-0 and continued her journey to the top of the PFL flyweight division. In her post-fight interview, Dakota was honest and emotional about what had just happened. "Yeah, I think I've injured my left hand, but I think I'm just more gutted because I've been out for so long. And then I've come back and I'm injured again. But I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. Thank you so much."
I'm feeling very good. I think my fight will be very strong, and I'm so excited to step in the cage and show other people my skills.
Valentina Skitidze drops a massive bombshell on Dakota Ditcheva, calling her a fake warrior ahead of their highly anticipated PFL Europe Flyweight Championship clash in Dublin. Skitidze's call-out: "I'm very excited for this. I can't wait to step in the cage and fight. I'm ready, and I can't wait to show you who the real warrior is."
I'm very excited for this. I can't wait to step in the cage and fight, and I'm ready, and I can't wait to show you who is the real warrior and just the.
The Italian fighter didn't hold back, throwing verbal shots at the undefeated British prospect before what would become one of the most brutal finishes in women's MMA history. What happens when trash talk meets reality inside the cage? Today, we're breaking down the complete story of this explosive matchup, from the controversial call-out to the devastating finish that left one fighter with a horrific injury and the other holding gold and a massive $100,000 paycheck.
Joe, it's funny because in Thai boxing, I never thought my clinch was any good, and then it came over to MMA, and now I seem to be using it all the time, so I'll take that one.
Well, you have the European flyweight strap. PFL has acquired Bellator, global MMA powerhouse, endless possibilities. What's next for Dakota Ditcheva?
Anything. Give me whoever you want, get me to fight wherever you want. I'll stay in Europe, I'll go to America, I'll clean them all out. Just give them to me one by one.
Well, I saw you come running over after the win. You said, "Give me the money." That's Pete Murray's job. So here's the big check. Dakota Ditcheva, your first ever women's flyweight European champion, $100,000, a belt, and an unlimited potential from Dakota Ditcheva. One more time, ladies and gentlemen. Dangerous.
Stay tuned as we reveal the full story of how Dakota Ditcheva responded to the ultimate disrespect in the most violent way possible. Before we get into the carnage, let's talk about the build-up that made this fight personal. Valentina Skitidze came into this fight with something to prove. The Italian fighter had earned her spot in the final through a controversial bye and a split decision victory over Lizzie Gievers. But instead of playing it safe, she decided to light a fire under the undefeated Dakota Ditcheva. I'm very excited for this. I can't wait to step in the cage and fight. I'm ready, and I can't wait to show you who the real warrior is.
I'm very excited for this. I can't wait to step in the cage and fight, and I'm ready, and I can't wait to show you who is the real warrior and just the.
The real warrior? That's a bold statement when you're facing someone with 9 finishes in 9 fights. Skitidze essentially called Ditcheva a fake, questioning her warrior mentality and credentials. In combat sports, those are fighting words. But how did the Manchester native respond to this disrespect? Dakota Ditcheva didn't need to trade insults. Her response was measured, professional, but you could sense the fire burning beneath the surface. Ditcheva's response: "I think I'm kind of used to it. Obviously, I've done quite a few fight weeks now away from home. I feel like I actually deal with it a lot better when I'm kind of in a hotel and away from everything else. I mean, this one's probably been one of the most difficult ones. I feel like there's a lot of pressure for this fight. Obviously, we're kicking off PFL Europe. I'm the co-main event. I'm kind of like the face of PFL, so I've got to keep up this role that I'm in with my fighting. So, yeah, there are definitely a few new emotions this time, but I'm just happy to be here and just trying to soak up the experience."
I think I'm kind of used to it. Obviously, I've done quite a few fight weeks now out of away from home. I feel like I actually deal with it a lot better when I'm kind of in a hotel and away from everything else. I mean, this one's probably been one of the most difficult ones. I feel like there's a lot of pressure in this for this fight. Obviously, we're kicking off PFL Europe. I'm co-main event. I'm kind of like the face of PFL, so I've got to keep up this,
this role that I'm on with my fighting. So yeah, there's definitely a few new emotions this time, but I'm just happy to be here and just trying to soak up the experience.
Notice how Ditcheva acknowledged the pressure but didn't feed into the drama? That's the sign of a true professional. While Scatizzi was trying to get under her skin, Dakota was focused on one thing: showing up and performing when it mattered most. The 25-year-old knew she carried the weight of PFL Europe on her shoulders. She was the face of the promotion, the undefeated knockout artist that everyone wanted to see. This wasn't just about proving Scatizzi wrong. It was about cementing her legacy as the most dangerous female fighter in Europe. And oh boy, did she ever prove her point.
And one loss, representing Italy and fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, Valentina Scatizzi!
December 8th, 2023, Dublin's 3 Arena. The stage was set for Dakota Ditcheva to answer all her critics in the most violent way possible. From the opening bell, Ditcheva came out with bad intentions. She utilized her world-class Muay Thai striking, landing devastating kicks to the body and head. But when Scatizzi tried to close the distance and use her wrestling, that's when things got brutal.
Come on in.
Ready? So long and rangy.
Brutal. Ditcheva, like UFC legend Anderson Silva before her, trapped Scatizzi in the Thai clinch and unleashed absolute hell. Knee after knee after knee, to the body, to the face, relentless and unforgiving. This was the daughter of former kickboxing world champion Lisa Mauldin, showing exactly where she got her fighting genes. Scatizzi, to her credit, never went down. She absorbed punishment that would have crumpled most fighters. But her body, specifically her left eye, told a different story. By the end of round 1, the damage was catastrophic. Massive swelling, purple bruising, and complete closure of the eye.
Oh, nice right hand. Drives it straight
was
through.
clean. That beautiful from Dakota, beautiful pump. This could be it, guys. But there's that toughness again.
It's going to take a lot to get Valentina Scatizzi.
Ditcheva even pointed to the injury in the final seconds, knowing exactly what was coming. The cage-side doctor took one look and immediately waved off the contest. Despite Scatizzi's protests to continue, it was over. TKO victory for Dakota Ditcheva. 9 fights, 9 finishes. Now 10 fights, 9 finishes. And she was the inaugural PFL Europe Flyweight Champion.
I think the doctor's going to step in and stop this. I don't think she's going to be able to see out of that eye.
Another right hand there from Dakota Ditcheva, banking an unbelievable first round.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mavahedi calls a halt to the action at 5 minutes of round number 1. Declaring your winner via TKO on medical advice due to the fighter being unable to continue. Declaring your winner and 2023 Women's Flyweight Champion, Dakota Ditcheva!
So let's address the elephant in the room. Valentina Scatizzi questioned who the real warrior was before this fight. Well, the cage answered that question definitively.
He's right here in front of our position. Right. He asked, "Can you see?" She said, "Yes." And then he held up 2 fingers.
Oh, that's really bad, guys.
That's the end of the fight.
Good call. Good call.
For the sake of fighter safety, that is the right thing to do, absolutely. Valentina Scatizzi is disappointed, but Dakota Ditcheva.
And she's a deserving winner this year. She really is.
Fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, here is Catherine, the Animal Coro Janies. She weighed in at 125.5 pounds. Her record also undefeated at 6 victories, including 5 wins by knockout. Fighting out of Manchester, England, here is dangerous Dakota Ditcheva.
Catherine Coro Janies sent a massive bombshell message to Dakota Ditcheva that would come back to haunt her. Catherine Coro Janies. So, I want that challenge. I want that hard fight. I want to have to brawl and bang. And I'm ready for that. And I think after the first 3 that were kind of just...
So I want that challenge. I want that hard fight. I want to have to brawl and bang. And I'm ready for that. And I think after the first 3 that were kind of just...
The American fighter was ready for war. She wanted the challenge. She wanted to bang. But what she didn't know was that she was calling out a knockout machine. Dakota Ditcheva's response was ice cold and calculated. Dakota Ditcheva, yeah, it feels good. I mean, I listened to so many people talking throughout this whole tournament. It's nice to get in the cage and showcase my skills and shut them up that way because I'm not really bothered about proving them wrong. Do you know what I mean? I just kind of get in the cage and prove to myself that they're all just talkers.
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, I listened to so many people talking like throughout this whole tournament. It's nice to get in the cage and showcase my skills and shut them up that way because I'm not really bothered about like proving them wrong. Do you know what I mean? I just kind of get in the cage and prove to myself that they're all just talkers. Yes.
All just talkers. Those words would prove prophetic. And after absolutely destroying Coro Janies in brutal fashion, Dakota took to Twitter with a simple message that echoed through the MMA world. Actions speak louder than words. Dakota Ditcheva and Coro Janies, a fight that shocked the entire USA. From trash talk to a brutal first-round finish, this match proved Dakota isn't just hype. She's a knockout machine.
Plum and a right hand.
Another one. Big one. Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hammer fist. Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva.
Let's break it down. The tension before this fight was palpable. Coro Janies, an aggressive American fighter with a reputation for toughness, wasn't backing down from anyone. She specifically called out Dakota, demanding the hard fight, the brawl, the battle. Coro Janies came into this matchup with confidence, having fought through tough competition. She believed her aggressive style and willingness to engage in firefights would be the key to handing Dakota her first loss.
A lot of clinch work so far, all out from distance. Oh, right hand. And there's the clinch.
And it's going to be a battle of two types of clinches. Coro Janies, of course, looking for the takedown. Ditcheva will look to stay in this clinch and try to set up knees to the body and shots upstairs with her punches.
But Dakota Ditcheva, she'd heard it all before. Throughout the entire PFL tournament, fighters talked. They promised, they threatened, and one by one, Dakota silenced them, not with words, but with knockouts. The British Muay Thai specialist had built her reputation on precision striking and devastating power. She wasn't interested in trash talk. She was interested in the results. And her Twitter response after the weigh-ins made her intentions crystal clear. She was there to prove Catherine was just another talker. The stage was set, the smart cage awaited, and only one fighter would walk out with their hand raised. When the cage doors closed at PFL 10, Coro Janies had her chance to back up every word she'd said. She wanted to brawl, she wanted to bang, and for about 60 seconds, she tried.
Very good, Chris.
In and out.
Push. Who's the cage? Who's the cage? Who's the cage?
Lovely.
Very good. Move away.
Circle. Yeah. Yes.
Nice work by Coro Janies to catch one of those front kicks from Dakota Ditcheva, but then excellent counter wrestling from Ditcheva to pummel in.
From the opening bell, Dakota Ditcheva came out calm, yet calculated. She maintained her signature upright Muay Thai stance, controlling the center of the smart cage with the confidence of a fighter who'd been here before. Coro Janies, true to her word, pushed forward early with that aggressive style she'd promised. But there was a problem. Catherine quickly realized she wasn't dealing with just another opponent. She was dealing with a different level of precision. Dakota began her work methodically. Stabbing front kicks tested the range. Stiff jabs forced Coro Janies to react rather than initiate. Every movement was purposeful. Every strike had intention behind it. About a minute into the round, Dakota started to find her timing. She landed a solid body kick that made Coro Janies step back, her body reacting before her mind could process the pain. Then came a clean right hand that snapped her opponent's head back violently. Catherine tried to implement her game plan. She attempted to close the distance and clinch, hoping to drag Dakota into the brawl she wanted, but Dakota easily shrugged her off and returned to striking range.